So I'm going to go through a few of these slides first, and then we'll dive into the demo. Inbox organization. So this is where we're going to get into the differences of Outlook and Google. So in Outlook, everyone has folders. Everyone knows that to organize your email or to get to a certain email, you can use the sort function. You have things like flags and rules for automation. There's also something called a threaded view in Outlook, right? And actually threaded view is a similarity with Gmail. So Gmail has conversation view, but you can see the equivalence in Gmail. So folders in Gmail are called labels. And then sorting messages is more on the search aspect of Google. Flags, so there are stars and important flags. So there are stars and importance markers, not importance flags, because importance flags in Outlook were the exclamation points that you could apply outward. So right off the bat, there's no importance flag that you would apply outward in Gmail. Quick workaround for that is to just apply or just to type in the subject line in all caps, action required, or this is important, or. And then rules versus filters. So filters are the exact same thing as rules in Outlook. If you have an automation mechanism that helps kind of manage where your email goes as it hits your inbox, Google also has those same functionalities here as well. They're just called filters. So if you know that something should not hit your inbox, but instead go to a specific label, you can tell Google to do that at the start, and it'll manage that stuff for you. Google does give you the ability to change the way your inbox is set up. So the first thing is you want to go to inbox, and then you want to go to your drop-down menu, which appears on the right side there. Click on that and go to unread first. This will reformat your inbox so that all of your unread emails are now at the top of your inbox. And then everything that gets read will go down to the bottom under a section called everything else. If you go to the gear icon and you go to settings, this is where you're going to find a lot of your kind of tweaks to Gmail. If you go to advanced, there is an option out here for preview pane. So if you like to use the preview pane currently in Outlook, the preview pane still exists here in Gmail. You just want to make sure that you click on the enable button, and then scroll down to the bottom and hit save changes. And then what that will do is it'll kick you back into the inbox, and it'll give you this little button at the top here. You can click on the drop down to choose from vertical split or horizontal split, but we'll go and do vertical split here. And so then that'll reformat the inbox. So now you've got your emails on the left, preview pane on the right. So if you have conversation mode enabled and you're using preview pane, it will give you every message that's inside of that conversation. There's one more thing that people have asked about in previous trainings, and it's the calendar. So in Google, there's a little taskbar off to the right side here, and it gives you quick access to things like calendar and Google Keep. So if you want to do some note taking, you can just do some quick notes instead of Google Keep, and also tasks. Tasks, from my understanding, will migrate over from Outlook into Gmail. The thing that we don't know is what they'll look like. So what I would recommend is prior to January 13th, if you use tasks, make a copy of the tasks and put them into like a Word doc or save them off somewhere else. So then you can bring them into Google. You can click on the calendar app here. And what this will do is it'll give you a quick little pane off to the right. So you can see all of your events just at a glance here. You can also click on the little drop-down menu up here to reveal just a little calendar, so then you can navigate between days. So that's kind of customizing the look and feel of Gmail to make it work more like Outlook, to kind of help that transition a little bit. So the next thing that we'll go over are labels. Labeling versus foldering inside of Outlook. So labeling and foldering are similar in the fact that you can organize your emails into categories or into like groupings that way. Where they kind of differ is since you only have one copy of an email instead of Gmail, I've heard lots of fun stories about people forwarding emails to themselves multiple times to try and organize it in multiple folders. But within Gmail, you can actually apply as many labels as you want to a single email and not have to make copies of it by forwarding it or printing it and PDFing it or anything like that. So So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to step you through the creation of a label, customizing its color if you're a visual person, and then how to apply those labels to emails. On the left side of Gmail, you'll have this taskbar here. And this is going to be where you're going to find all of your labels, be them system generated or user created. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom and then you click on more, there's a button down here, a link that says create new label with a plus button. Just click on that. And it's going to give you a little box here where you can title your label. So now what this will do is it'll create that label and it'll put it up in my labels list. So here it is right here. So within Compose, there's a couple things that I'll talk about here. So one of them is the CC field and the BCC field. So in Outlook, CC and BCC are always prominent. In Google, they think it should be hidden. But there's a way to get to it. It's just by clicking in the upper right portion on CC. And that'll add it to there. If you want to also add a BCC field, just do that. And there it is. You can still get to contacts simply by clicking on the to field. So if you click on that, it'll pull up this really great little window. And you can scroll through and pick whoever you want to send emails to. So if you go under the gear icon and settings again, towards the bottom portion is where you'll find your signature block here. So it's just this field. You can type in whatever you need to. You can also insert the images. At the very bottom of these settings is going to be your vacation responder. You can turn it on or off. You can select your date range if you're going to be gone specific times. You can give it a subject line and then your message down here at the bottom. The one thing that you cannot have is multiple vacation responses. So you can't have like this response goes to these people, this response goes to these people, so on and so forth. You just have one kind of blanket vacation responder. So you can opt to have it be sent to only certain people, but then anyone else outside of that group will just not receive a vacation responder from you. If you have access to other people's calendars, you can display those in this view as well. I can click on the little options menu here, the little 3-dot menu, and I can say select calendars. So we'll finish up here with the presentation. Basically what I'll show here is when we share out the presentation, there's going to be a handful of links under here that you can kind of click on to get more information or more detailed steps about how to do these things. We've linked to the G Suite Learning Center, so if you want to go through those instructions to kind of get more accustomed to Gmail, you can do that there. Doing calendar versus Outlook calendar, email templates, all that fun stuff is there.